So we're diving into the notion that Iran's supreme leader, Khamenei, needs to face a stark reality. Its days of power, like the glory of the old Persian Empire, are, truly in the past.
Right, absolutely. It's like this repeated pattern where history is used as a sort of nostalgic rallying cry, but the modern world doesn't buy that legacy.
Yeah, exactly. Iran, for all its missile programs and alliances like Hezbollah, is like more isolated than empowered. Its behavior on the international stage has basically painted it as a pariah, which really diminishes any claim to global influence.
And it's interesting because despite these formidable cards they might boast about, like their proxy militias or even threats over the Strait of Hormuz, these actually just end up, deepening their isolation.
It's like the more they play these aggressive moves, the less credibility they gain on the world stage. Modern nations now thrive on economic clout, technological innovation, and abiding by global norms, none of which Iran really has.
That makes sense. But aren't there arguments that, a show of military strength can still deter adversaries? I mean, doesn't that count for something even today?
Sure, but here's where we respectfully disagree. The strategy of flexing military might while ignoring economic sanctions and diplomatic isolation just doesn't cut it anymore.
I get that.
Essentially, Khamenei is clinging to the past, hoping that the echoes of the Persian Empire will magically restore credibility.
And we can see there's also a fierce internal crisis bubbling up. Young Iranians, for instance, are really, pushing back on these archaic views. They want connectivity, opportunity, and a future, rather than living under a regime stuck in isolation and constant defiance.
Exactly. It's a generational clash. While the leadership is busy drowning itself in old glories and propagating the terroristic narrative, the youth see a future dictated by economic progress and modern values.
Right. So, the crux is that Iran's global standing, with its reliance on outdated power plays and terror sponsorship, has really undermined its legitimacy. Isn't that so?
Spot on. It's like the regime is playing a losing hand, a hand that only brings sanctions and further marginalization.
Exactly,
Until they adopt a path of reform and genuine dialogue, not only internationally, but within their society too, Khamenei's vision will remain an obsolete relic of the past.
That's a powerful take, really. It drives home the point that nostalgia for historical glory can't substitute for real, modern power.
Yes, indeed. The lesson here is clear. Clinging to a bygone era doesn't shield one from the ruthless demands of today's geopolitics.
Right, absolutely. And it leaves us wondering what steps might actually lead to a more responsible and modern approach in such regimes.
That's the million-dollar question. Until then, we're going to see more of this isolated stance from Iran, and it's a reminder that the world has evolved far beyond old empires.
Agreed. Well, sounds like a reality check that's hard to ignore.
Absolutely. And as we keep watching global dynamics shift, it's clear that adapting to modern norms is the only way forward.